they got arrested yet. Y'all swear up and down. Another fella I seen a video on 90, he swears up and down. What happened? Y'all, I mean, what do y'all work for the Democrats or something? Y'all just won't, you guys put all them hopeful lies out just to keep patriots from doing dumb shit? Or not dumb shit, but to keep patriots from actually standing up like they did in 1776 and defending the Constitution, defending the country. Because everything y'all been saying, and some of it I fed into like a dumbass, for the past how many, for a month now, or over a month, about there's some spectacular plan that, military, there's this portion of the military that put Trump into office. There's a portion of the military that is going to save our country. You know, what happened? I don't blame the people that say they prophesized about Trump, because Tim Clement, he got the first one right. I don't blame those people. I don't blame anybody. But I blame a lot of it. I blame Trump. Even though I still say he was the best president since I've been alive, at least the first 3 years. Our economy was better than it's ever been since I've been alive. We finally got a president to stand up against China and Russia. We ain't been in no wars in 4 years, which is far different than any time in my lifetime. But he dropped the ball this last year and trusted in the same swamp that got him out of office when it comes to the COVID-19 thing. But I mean, it was a clear attack, bioweapon attack on our country, world. So the U.S. would fall and the CCP, well, the Democrats and the CCP would come back with more power. Make no mistake about it, Democrats are sleeping in the same bed as the leader of Chinese government. But it's too late for all that now. But I'm just saying, I'm aggravated. Like a lot of people, disappointed, aggravated, pissed off, and everything all in one, because you kept driving this hope, and telling people just wait. And then when people go to the Capitol, you have a bunch of paid actors go in there and cause a lot of chaos. And then, of course, it gets blamed on Trump supporters. And then y'all still sitting back in your comfortable $1 million homes talking about, just trust it, it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Ain't nothing going to happen. See, in America, if you're rich and powerful, politician, Hollywood, you get to commit every possible crime you want. Even murder, for some people. And you don't go to prison. You don't get in trouble. You get smacked on the hand and get patted on the butt and moved along your way. If you sell this country out to other countries for your benefit and your buddy's benefits, that's alright. Cheney did it, Bush did it, Clinton did it, they all did it. See, for a long time, they constantly put one side against the other. And keep in mind, they have two different mindsets. The conservative side wants to actually conserve our republic, our freedoms, our liberties, our rights. And then the other side, they want to give it all away. For this handout, that handout. That's just the reality of it. You can't argue that. You can't argue against it. You can't. You got the left who says capitalism is horrible, but capitalism has lifted more people out of poverty than any other economic system ever existed. It's done more for the world than any economic system has ever existed. So, yeah, there's a difference, but at one time we used to have some conservative Democrats. JFK is an example, and an example of the Democrat Party, the liberal, the progressive, whatever, they had him assassinated because he was against their big government agenda. He was against the CIA. Then you had MLK, Martin Luther King, who they assassinated because Martin Luther King wanted equality. He didn't want one race to have more than the other. He didn't preach about spreading the wealth around. He just preached about equality amongst men, no matter what color you are, and no matter your color, the same opportunities, the same ability to be able to create wealth for yourself and your family. But see, they don't want that because, see, the Democrats can't win without fear, without separation, without racism, constant racism. You don't like my hair, you're racist. You don't like my fingernails, you're racist. I mean, that's their thing. And that's not what MLK was about. That's not what his family's about. Then you had Malcolm X, who I disagree with wholeheartedly on religion, of course, and then I don't agree with. I can't speak for back then because I wasn't around back then. Back then it was a lot more emotional, a lot of emotions involved between white and black, the government and blacks. But so I can't speak on that. I can speak on his religion, and I disagree with it. I mean, it's apparent even to this day that the Nation of Islam is a racist organization who clearly, Farrakhan hates whites, despises whites. He loves the Democrat Party because why? They separate the races, they cause division, and that's what the Nation of Islam is about. They don't believe in white-black intermingling, whether it's really friendship or relationships, specifically racial relationships. They don't believe in white with black, none of that. They don't believe in them being together, living together. They're true, I wouldn't say, I mean, yeah, they're racist in everyday logic, I guess, or social norm, but they're just separatists. They don't, they're no different than Hitler. The only difference between Farrakhan, the Nation of Islam, and Hitler, the Communist Party, or social, whatever they were, they technically, they were, Socialist Party, they're no different. The only difference is the Nation of Islam, one, is in America, so they're not going to go committing a genocide on white people because they would be destroyed. They don't have the numbers, plus obviously it's different, but the idea and the concept is the same. All these groups are the same. Mao, Stalin, Hitler, Nation of Islam, white supremacist groups, they're all the same. They got the same idea. To separate one another, possibly destroy each other if possible. And then, of course, the Democrat Party embraces them. And it's funny because the Democrat Party, a lot of their members were eugenicists. Margaret Sanger, for example. These are people that want to eradicate the black population and the poor, and any other minority that they could. The Jacksonians, Andrew Jackson, he had no problem. Democrat, he had no problem going down there and stealing the Native American land, giving it to white folks. back to the, well, I mean, I'm here, I can go off on a tangent, but back to it. My point is, where are y'all at now? I haven't seen a video on Facebook. I haven't seen a video on YouTube. Where are y'all at? Y'all swore up and down that y'all had the goods. And you had millions of people indirectly follow Trump, not down the rabbit hole, off a fucking cliff, because of people like yourselves spewing out the lies like you got some intelligence information that you know that something big's going to happen, that the right thing is going to happen, because at the end of the day, Joe Biden, his son specifically, his brother also, Hillary Clinton, probably thousands of FBI and different government officials, Department of Justice, Comey, Obama, they should all be tried for treason or some type of crime in the military tribunal, because that's what they did. So at the end of the day, where y'all at? Where's your grand information? You're going to come up with something else? Oh, just wait. 3 days later, it's coming. 5 days later, a week later. How about next year? You're going to come back with the fucking video saying, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. You all who put all that bullshit information out should be tried. That's what should happen too. You should be right hand in hand with all them for putting that information out there like that, getting people riled up. You're no different than the Democrats. You've separated people politically and in some cases racially because of all the misinformation. And my dumb ass fell for some of it. I'm the first to admit it. But I got a lot of things weren't making sense a while ago. And what's sad about it, again, we know they stole the election. We know they've committed numerous crimes. And in the past, how many years, whether it's Snowden, whether it's Julian Assange, any whistleblower that actually tells the truth against you all, the government, you want to prosecute him, you want to hang him, you want to get rid of him, you kill, I mean, you murdered several people that have been involved with Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's obvious. People just don't live all their life, and every time they get involved with the Clintons, all of a sudden they just have some kind of accident. I mean, damn. Come on, man. Damn, you know, what's sad about it is if all the truth really came out about these people in our government would literally collapse. It would collapse. So part of me says, I get it. I get it. Part of me says, I get it. But then the truth side of me says, it doesn't matter. It's not right. It needs to happen. We still got our military. People that are plenty capable of running the country while those people are all put in prison. But if the information about our government and the people in it truly came out, truly all the truth, man, they'd all be locked up. All of them. They'd all be locked up. That's not just saying us. I mean, that's it. But we have nothing to do with China and Russia and all that. I mean, that's their business. So I implore y'all, stop the bullshit. If you don't have something in writing from, a legit general or somebody, then shut up. I mean, it ain't right, man. It ain't right. You got a lot of people that are really disappointed because, not because of Trump necessarily, but because they know where this country's headed. Within this day, or between today and tomorrow, there's going to be so many radical changes to our government. If they had their way, they would do away with the Constitution. But they legally can't. Legally, they cannot. Period. Not No Supreme Court can do it. Nobody can do it. There's specific rules to changing the Constitution. And it just ain't gonna happen. We gotta have 35 states and 37 states, a convention of states. It's not gonna happen. But when it comes to just simple stuff, see, you gotta understand that when they come and get y'all's guns, they ain't gonna ask questions. They're just gonna do it. They'll say, well, let it get Supreme Court. Well, the Supreme Court, which I doubt will go against them, if they do, they'll just appoint a couple more of them to make it on their side, and then they're going to do it anyways, and then what? If you've got the government and the Supreme Court, the only thing left is your military and your law enforcement. And as of right now, from what I've seen, the military is going to stand behind the Democrats. That's what I see. That's what happened in Washington. So, I mean, you had a couple guys that had something the military or didn't like on their Facebook and took them out of D.C. and sent them home. I mean, I don't know what was on there, but I mean, you know, they're labeling 3%ers and hope keepers domestic terrorists. So, I mean, what do you got? You got nothing. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. Like I say, it ain't because of Trump. I don't care who's in there. But it's because their agenda is fixing to completely. It's not. Here's the deal. The bottom line is they're not with us. The Democrat Party is not for us. The Democrat Party is for China and the globalists of the world, the elites, the banking system. That's who they're with. So whatever the banking system wants to do, the Great Reset, that's what they're going to do. That's what this all is pushed for. They're going to make it so that small business is non-existent. They've already started to do that this year. And that thousands of small businesses are gone. So when they do this, not only that, now they're talking about Biden's talking about doing a mandatory vaccine. Like if you want to fly on a plane, you got to have a vaccine. Blah blah blah. It's coming, people. I mean, I don't understand why there aren't more people out there expressing the dangers of their ideology. Anyway, God bless. Be safe. Keep your head on the swivel. Be kind to other people.